Incredible. I mean, I know we only have a 2-hour show. I want to show like every single thing I can that you're getting an amazing deal. Speaking of which, I gave you a peek at this at the beginning of the hour because we started out with 1,600 when we started our 2-hour Perlier show. Maybe Rob, my producer, will give me an update how many we have left. At $29.95, this BiPhase oil is not only a customer favorite, it's a customer pick at 147 reviews on hsn.com. And also it has anti-crepe properties. So we'll show you some before and afters. You see how it just drinks in on the skin and your skin's just like, and this plays well with others. You can use it with other things that you use. Here's some before and afters. After 2 weeks, you can see the crepiness in the skin in the before. 2 weeks used daily, you can see it sort of disappeared, Skip. This is an amazing product.
The only anti-crepe product we've ever made. We actually call it an anti-crepe oil. It is a biphase oil, which means it's 2-layered, and you got to shake the bottle before you use it. This is a product that comes in a beautiful, beautiful glass bottle that is decorated with this gorgeous aqua color and then gold stamped on top of here. It really is one of the most precious oils we ever make. You get a huge bottle. I mean, you can take a look at this size. I always say 95 ml, but to you guys it doesn't mean anything. That's a European measurement. 3.2 ounces is as big as a hand cream, right? But you're getting this incredible oil, so you shake it really, really well, and then you put it all over your skin. And we originally started for your body, but so many people were bringing it up to their neck, and then they were starting to use it all over their face, that we went ahead and tested it for all of your face and your neck and neck, and we saw ridiculous results. So thank you, you guys, for telling us that that's how you used it. Oh, I just noticed the sale price. So you put it on your skin. It is a dry oil.
You have to shake it, remember?
Yeah, I just shook it.
Because you have the almond water and the almond oil.
And 1,000 milligrams of vitamin E.
That have to go together.
But look, I'm going to use my, my thumb and my snapping finger. So we're going to massage it all over my hand. Immediately, I can snap my fingers. There is no grease to this. This is my wife. We make maybe 300 different products. My wife's #1 favorite product. Since the beginning of time. She will not go to bed without putting this all over her entire body. She starts from here all the way down to her feet, and by the time she walks to our bed and gets in our bed, she's ready. This will dry that quickly, so don't worry about your nightgowns. Don't worry about your sheets. Put this on your body. You will not believe the firming and the anti-crepe effect this has. So this is something that the fragrance is loved by many. This is so loved as a fragrance that we had to come out with the fragrance that we sell sometimes. Yeah, which my wife and you have. So
well, think of a dainty island flower, soft and delicate and romantic. That is the fragrance. It's not like almond oil at all. It's the flower of the almond that you're going to be aware of.
We can show you where this is made. I'm not sure you guys have the videos, but the two brothers that make this, there's only 2 farms you can get the pizzuta almond from. It is the most sought after almond in the world by pastry chefs. It comes from Avola, Italy, near Siracusa in Sicily. And these, here you go. Look how big that, see that third side?
3 times the size,
of a regular almond. Look how big these almonds are. And this is Siracusa, a Baroque, beautiful, closed-in city. And next to Siracusa is known of these 2 farms, the only 2 farms to grow the pizzuta almond in the world. We met these 2 brothers, twins, and they still use this machine that's like 50 years old, 60 years old, maybe 100 years old. These are 36 hammers that break the nuts, and then people just have to categorize the almonds. Everything is as fresh as it gets. Even the milk only lasts 24 hours. We are the only cosmetic company to get this incredible cold-pressed almond oil, cold-pressed almond extract to create this product. And then we add 1,000 milligrams of vitamin E. You are getting the only product that's ever received the anti-crepe name for its efficacy. Also, the hydration levels, the clinicals on this are beyond. We can share some of those with you. But you saw the inside of an arm. Normally, people go for the outside of the arm. It's easier to deal with the anti-crepe. Look at hydration alone. 62. The reason why it's such an incredible anti-crepe is because anti-crepe has a ridiculous low level of hydration. So to bring your skin back to its vitality, you got to super hydrate it. 62% hydration. That could be the most hydrating
And
product
that was
we
a
have
clinical study. That wasn't
in
someone's
Perlier.
perception.
Look at this. The test 4 hours after first use. 4 hours after first use. This is obviously because we've so hydrated that area that desperately needs it. And then after 28 days, we almost double in the anti-crepe power. That goes again to show that it's not just something that lasts and starts for a couple of minutes and goes
then it's
away.
over, right.
It gets better and better. It has these long-term attributes. And then we asked all the people that were part of the clinical test, because we always use an average of 30 people. 99% agreed that the product increased hydration and firmness on their skin, improves hydration of driest skin areas such as heels and elbows. Use this everywhere. We weren't the ones who thought about the neck and neck and the face, but you saw the before and after on how less crepey the neck was. That was because of you using it and coming back to us and telling us, look at the increase in hydration, the elasticity and the improvements in crepiness. Every single person saw it and said it. That was in a consumer survey after 28 days, 30 people. Every single person through the test saw a difference. So again, can we quickly show that neck and neck? Because we really owe you the thanks for that. That was not us.
Yeah, and we only had 1,600 to start with. We got 1,300. It's hundreds of people in the ordering process. This is going to be the last time you see this on air today. And these before and afters with daily use. Use it on the neck. Use it on the body. Shake it before you use it because it is a biphase formula and anti-crepe. And also using, made in Italy, using these ingredients that are found in nature, Skip.
That's, I think, one of our Italy's culture is like that. I don't want to take credit for being the only one. We in Italy and other places in Europe have this thing about even when it comes to food, like the old the slow food movement. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's where people will not rush and make a meal, and so they start in the morning. They pick the real vegetables. They go to the market, the fresh market, and they start to prepare dinner in the morning so that at dinner time, that has the most flavor, it's the most savory, and they only use the freshest ingredients. It's about time, and it's a way that it's always done.
It's an art, and it's a love.
Is it not true that when I was in Milan, when we were in Milan, and I was only like 4 or 5 years old, every morning they would drop a bottle of milk at our door. Every single morning.
Every single morning.
You would get a fresh bottle of milk
without an expiration date. It was good for that day.
It was good for that day. Eggs would stay out on the counter. That still happens today. When I go to my cousin's house in the south of Italy, they deliver the milk and the cheese. And then there's a guy on a bike who comes around with cheese. And he says, hey, I got fresh cheese from today. That is how we look at everything in Italy. So when it comes to this, the fact that we met with the family that grows the Pizzuta almond, the fact that the consortium of Avola allowed us the first year to have access to the extract, and by year 2, they trusted us and would allow us to have access to the oil itself, the cold-pressed oil. That is relationship building. That is artisanal start, and then we meet it with science in our laboratory, and that's why Perlier is known. We have 35 freestanding stores all throughout Italy, mostly in like the Fifth Avenues of Rome, Milan, Venice, in different areas of tourism, and it's all about curating some of the best natural some of the best ingredients from an artisanal standpoint, and then going and making sure that science proves the efficacy. Because if not, I could tell you, people say organic's the best, natural's the best, and I'll say, interesting. So poison ivy all over your skin would really work? You're going to look younger with poison ivy?
The delivery system?
Yeah,
too,
I mean,
right?
it's just because it's organic or natural doesn't mean it's great for our skin. And delivery system is also important. You read all these things on the back of a label. You have no idea if they're getting to where you're, where they're getting.
If they penetrate properly your skin.
Make sure that the science follows through. Make sure you see a clinical study or a perception survey. I know that we're inundated with some of this stuff, but if they do at least 30 people, you have and they use the average, not the outlier, you have a pretty good clear understanding that it's going to probably work for you on some level. Now, when you take an average and you say 60% had an increase of moisture of 62%, like this product, for example, yeah, sure, there might have been some people that only saw 30, but there's also some people that saw an 80% increase in hydration, or you wouldn't get a 62% average over 30 people. That's what makes this product so exceptional.
Okay, if you want to jump in on it, item number 548532. Don't forget that you have